Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Educational Gamer and we are playing Predynastic Egypt, where we are building our little Egyptian civilization into something resembling the old kingdom time by time. So we just have started to settle. You can sort of see the graphs for our housing down here, and you can see that our workers are busy in the fields, in the village itself, hunting in the vicinity, and actually fishing a little bit of you. And sorry about the sound, let me turn off my phone. So there we go. And yeah, we do also have a couple of people idle and a couple of people, one worker actually building a new thing, which is a new field of flags. So nevertheless, two of our people are idle. We could send them out to mine a bit more resources. And while we are right now losing a little bit on resources, I don't think that's necessarily required. And on the other hand, we are tasked to discover a couple of new regions. So let's actually send our people out and do that and see what we find up here and down there. So a little bit more food, a little bit more savanna, which is not that useful. We also learn more about the people in the north. So in 4400 BC, the people of the north, with a culture related to ours, achieved outstanding success in Middle Egypt. They have cultivated lands and have built many villages and cemeteries. They have a layer of nobility, which indicates that they are moving towards the creation of state. So that's not quite where we are. We are only discovering the region around us and building a couple of fields of wheat and so on, which is not in itself sufficient, I would say. So let's make sure to scout the area though and build up our people. We can't really build more people directly since we are capped on workers, and well, we could create some. I'm not sure whether that would be a very good idea, and that might actually mean that we should take off our fishes over here and start to explore a little. We also have room for new discoveries because we have built up a little bit of culture. Could get a little bit more food, but I don't think that's necessarily what we need. Also, hammers aren't quite useful, but I do think authority would be. So let's try to discover the early cosmogony. So in Hyrcanopolis, it was believed that the world was created and governed by animal gods, led by the falcon. Of course, the falcon being sort of our spirit animal over here. So one more turn till we are finished building the fields of flags. Also doing quite a bit of discovery, so that is nice to see. Let's use the next turn button and see what we've discovered. Kind of decent fields. Oh, pretty decent field up there. We've also built up our first fields of flags, and here we go with our first true challenge, the Sanctuary of the Falcon. Leaders of the local tribes have gathered and decided to build a sanctuary for the sacred falcon, but they could not agree on which settlement should erect it. Having argued, the leaders decided that the worthiest settlement would be the one which could finish the construction first. We've worshipped the falcon for a long time, and this honor must belong to us. The competition in the building of the Sanctuary of the Falcon has begun. So here we go, this is our first trial, the Sanctuary of the Falcon. The builders are awaiting your order and eager to start work. The workers in other settlements have already started the construction, and they do hope to finish it in 10 turns. Start building the Sanctuary of the Falcon in the buildings menu as soon as possible. So let's indeed do that. We've also found a little bit of food, I realize, and build this field of flags down there, which is nice to see. So, buildings. We want to go ahead and start this Sanctuary of the Falcon. This is going to cost us 6 hammers every turn and going to last 15 turns, so there is a problem. But it does improve the area. So let's see where it would be built. So it would be built directly in our village. And of course, indeed, let's start the building process over here. We are going to also immediately send one person to build it. We would be finishing it in 15 turns. As you already know, other settlements will finish that in 10 turns. That's not good enough. So we can accelerate that by using some resources. And I do think that's indeed what we need to do. So let's spend a bit of production on this first, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm mindful that we should have enough production left, but I do think we have some fields where we can produce a little bit more. And I guess some food might also be in order, so let's indeed... I'm tempted to... Yeah, let's simply spend everything that we can. That means we can produce it fairly quickly, and that should be nice. So, we've built the Fields of Flax, we know about that. We also know about the first stage, the Sacred Hill. We completed the Sacred Hill. It's like the primordial hill Ben in the Ocean of Chaos, where the first gods lived. The land is sacred now. Okay, then stage 1 is complete. That's nice, I guess. Second stage, we finished the creation of the idol. Let's imagine the sacred falcon, our totem, and the keeper of the settlement look down on us from above. Sacred symbols will protect the idol from evil. So we've also finished stage 2 just by spending a lot of resources. We are now of course very, very low on resources, and we should indeed try to do a couple of things about that. So firstly, we do have 2 idle people, and there are a couple of good fields over here. Indeed, the Fields of Flax might be one of the best things to use over here. We can also try to take a look on the cults, but I don't think there's anything we need to do right now. So that does put us on the positive on all of these things, so I think that's going to be alright. And we can go back to exploring a little bit and use the next turn bomb. So that should explore, I think 2 regions this time. Oh, this is new. And this is new as well. Horus the Ruler. We pray to the Falcon Horus, our totem, and ask him to accelerate the buildings of the sanctuary. He's not just our ancestor and a born hunter, but also the wisest, all-knowing god. From now on, we will honor him more than ever. So you can see this sort of transforming from just being a hunter sort of totem to being a little bit more godlike. So, the cult of Horus the Hunter has changed to Horus the Hunter, the Ruler. Oh, I'm sorry. One-time free honor in the cult menu. Accelerate the building of the sanctuary by honoring Horus cult. So, that's what we're gonna do. Can accelerate the building by 2 turns, which we are gonna do. Horus is the patron of the sun and the sky and is favorable to us. He directs the tribes, commanding through the lips of our leaders. The Lord of the Sky brings light and kindness to the world. So yeah, we are now down to 3 turns, so that's very, very good for us. Egyptian gods could have multiple images with different qualities. Depending on the incarnation, a god could be the patron of several very different things at the same time. Be good or evil, and change his or her form into different creatures with different qualities. Such images are called divine incarnations. Okay, good to know. We also found 2 tribes and found a little bit of culture. That's good to know, although I think the next discovery is only at 60, yeah, which is going to take a while. I also do more to honor, I guess, our... Yeah, let's actually honor the Falcon once more. It's going to accelerate the construction by another 2 turns, and that only leaves 1 turn actually for this construction over here, which is very brilliant, I suppose. We are not really short on any particular resource, and we have these 2 things discovered. Do we know anything about these things? So this is another tribe. Our scouts returned from the Goat tribe. These advanced people are engaged generally in cattle breeding. They are hostile to us, their warriors are weak. They have valuable goods for us. So, what shall we do? We can try to raid them, give them a gift, or subdue them. The preparations for attacking them would cost... So, I'm of course thinking about subduing them. We will subdue the tribe, having lost 1. In case of failure, we will lose 2 population. So we would lose a population, and the preparation would cost about 20 food, which I suppose we could spend over 5 turns. Although I'm not sure that's the most... useful thing. We could also raid them for construction materials. But I actually think subduing them might be nice. I mean, they are hostile and weak. That's a good case to me for subduing them. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's do that. So we are over here. We are now 5 turns away from subduing them. It does cost us 4 food every turn, and that means we are running a negative balance over here. But I think it's a good thing to do that at any rate. Let's also have a look at what the other tribe is doing. It's a small fish tribe. Our scouts have returned from the fish tribe. These primitive people are engaged generally in hunting. They're neutral to us. They are weak. They have rare goods in case of flint. So because they are neutral to us, we can also trade and get a +3, 3 hammers, or basically 4 hammers for one thing. Can give them a gift, or we can raid them. Could also subdue them, but I think that would be straining our resources a little bit too much, so let's do actually something else. Since we are not necessarily crippled for any resources, I think what I'm going to do is explore a little bit more. And all in all, we should actually work over here. Didn't realize that we were running a deficit over there. Other than that, yeah, we are now again in the positive on all things, so that's nice to see. We found the fish tribe. Yes. We found the goat tribe. Yes. We also get the relationship, so remember, enemies will try to attack you and they can be conquered by force, but with friendly tribes the efficiency of trade is 20% higher and you can join with them peacefully. Okay, good to know. Right, so I think we have set everything up, and I'm very excited about the Sanctuary of the Falcon, which we're gonna get this turn hopefully. So there we are. Achievement unlocked, Sanctuary of the Falcon. Small little symbol over there, nice little graphic. Not sure whether they would literally, when they established that sanctuary, you know, have all of these animals kicking around just the sanctuary. Anyway, we have passed our trial and we have achieved a gold victory, which we do get for building that very quickly, I think. So the sanctuary is built, praise the falcon. The priests say that the god himself helped us. Now the sanctuary is an important religious center. That's nice. We do get a lot of bonus. I think this is just the picture. Yeah. We're also discovering some of the areas, building the falcon over there, and we get an event, favorable floods of the Nile. This year the gods are kind to us. The Nile flood was good and we reaped an additional crop. What can we do with the additional crop? Praise the gods or save? Plus 10% every turn. Every turn? Every single turn? Yeah, sure, let's do that. We praise the gods for the wonderful prosperity and thank them with generous sacrifice. May the divine blessings be with us eternally. Of course I'm going to take that very, very long-term benefit over the short-term one. So, big boost in food. Did we also get another worker? Oh, workers found. Scouts came across friendly Normans. They fell to talking and found that the affairs of the Normans were going badly. The Normans have decided to join us. Okay, that's nice, but it also means that we are now in excess of our housing capacity, and that means we should probably be looking at our working area, and that in turn means, so in order to improve our dwellings, we apparently need the Field of Grain Area 3. Where is that actually? Oh, it's over here. I'm so excited about that, but there's no way around that, I suppose. So yeah, I think we'll simply need to build this. Let's send one person to do so. We are running a slight deficit in both materials, but I think that is fine for now because we do have some build up. So that is okay. Let's indeed send more people out scouting. That should be fine. So this is taking a while, I think, but yeah, we don't really have enough authority to speed it up. So yeah, I think it's alright. Generally speaking, our people are, I think, employed in a good fashion. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's scout out these areas down here. Should be fairly quick, I suppose. This one as well. Yeah, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen over here. And that, in turn, should actually drop our worker limit a little bit. So that's nice to know. Could get more food, could get more production. Well, what do we want more? But agriculture or component tools. I like tools. Sickles, axes, and other tools. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, and that puts us on a good balance over there, so... Yes, we know. Next turn, please. Should discover a little bit over there. Gifts. The neutral fish tribe, looking for the mercy of Horus, has sent us gifts. That's nice. Ooh. Very good bonus. We could have gotten a little bit more if we had sent a gift to them, but yeah, I don't think that's what we are doing generally. We are indeed trying to conquer some people. Good. All in all, everything seems to be fine to me. Is this still a good field? Shouldn't you be doing something different? No, I don't think so. This is only 2 buildings, but also a little bit of authority, so that's also appreciated. And yeah, so let's go ahead. I think we should be getting the next field, shouldn't we? Yeah. And it's not a great field, I have to say. It's only +2. So it's really kind of meh. But we do need the primitive dwellings. Where would this actually be? The next one? Yeah, that one wouldn't be too bad. But population limit, I think, is what we need. So yeah, let's indeed start to build more buildings. I'm going to send you over here. Again, we are losing hammers, but with all the amounts stored up, I think this is alright. And next turn we should discover this region and subdue their tribe. So let's do that. And see what's going to happen. I think we had a 100% chance, so that should really not backfire. Our men approach the borders of the Go tribe and we are ready to begin the conquest of the lands. Their warriors are known as weak. Probability of success 100%. In case of success we will conquer this tribe for 1 population. And of course, yes, we are going to do that. Victory. We successfully conquered this tribe and the land is ours. The Falcon himself gifted us this victory. Did take a little bit of losses and we are only taking the lands? Really? That's the only thing that we get from that? That's honestly slightly disappointing. I thought we'd be getting more from that. Do we actually know what that land entails? We don't quite know that, do we? Interesting. Anyway, we are back to our worker cap, so that's actually pretty good for us. We can also do a little bit more in terms of discovery. We could also wait to build more things, including rectangular houses. They are so far off though that I don't think that's required. Pastures as well, so let's actually take the immediate benefit of getting a little bit more food, which I think is a very fine thing. So we lost that person down there. We still do have the explorer. I could send someone to the fish tribe to maybe improve relations. Might not be bad. How much would that be? It's 5 turns. It would cost us 3 hammers. I mean, 3 hammers is something that we could provide. But I think exploring is a little bit more important. I mean, it's our current mission, so let's do that. Let's continue to research these the quick things first. Primitive dwellings. So it would be 2 turns. You know what? What I think we can actually do is pray to... Let's honor the Falcon, which should shave off 2 turns, which means this is being produced right now. Which means we are producing more hammers on the one hand. Also, we are dropping that builder. Also, we have more worker capacity, which means we can hire workers. And we can think about new buildings, which again might be dwellings. Or fields of grain. Where was that again? I think in that good area over here. And the fields of flax, where would that be? Over here. Ooh, this would be a tremendously good tile actually. That would be a very good tile, I think. I mean, it's sort of a dead end, but yeah, let's build that. I'm all for that. And we are not even losing production. Right, and we have more people, so I'm guessing we could. Shall we hire more? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, 2 more people, that's good. So let's go ahead and send these people to scout out ahead, I guess. Shall we send someone over here in one of these regions? +3. You know what, let's actually build up our relations over here. Oh, nice little symbol. Let's zoom in on that. Yeah, looks good. Okay, we have discovered the Badari culture. Yes, the Go tribe is no more. Oh, that also reduces the probability of attack, which is nice. We also found more culture apparently. And we've built up more of this area, so that's nice to see. Good. Next turn, I guess. Not much happening this turn. Yeah, so again, I guess. Should discover something now, I think. Well, that was anticlimactic, so let's go ahead. You know what? Go over here. Everything down here is fine. So, community of farmers. Oh, we do get a little bit of bonus. That's nice to see. Explore the region. We've explored a little bit, but not that much. Yeah, next time we are gonna get that field, which a 5 resource tile. That's very good. Oh, and there seems to be another tribe, a hostile one, and that. Okay, so this is a much better area. You'd be good over here. You are trading around. Can build more buildings. I guess more dwellings would generally be good. Also more food also would be nice. Yeah, I think probably more food does have the priority for now. We can also discover more. Pastures, rectangular houses, one-time boost, and fishing. I mean, fishing is not that lucrative for us right now. The one-time boost might be nice, but it's not critical. Rectangular houses might be very good soon. So would pastures be. Got west of the city, okay. Well, I'm tempted. Okay, let's think about that for a second. So we have 10 people, 10 out of 11 builders. So we would need to get 26. So that would be about what? That's 17. So that's 4 or 5 turns probably to get to the limit, and then we'd need to get another one. So that's fine. On the other hand, population limit, where would you get that? Over here, where we're not working for now. So the +1 hammer is irrelevant for us. Yeah, this is actually much cheaper. So let's first build this. Let's send one person to start building that, which I think should be fine. Let's also find out what this tribe is about. So it's the Lion tribe. Primitive people, hunting, hostile to us, their wars are weak. We could again subdue them. Would cost us a little bit. 5. So let's actually not do that for now. I think we'll discover about them sooner or later. And we did note that that would reduce the... Whew. Ah, scouts have come to a big highland in the middle of the floodplain. This land area is never flooded with water and is suitable for colonization. But it seems that someone already lives here. Okay, so it is probably important to get this area. We've also built this area up here. We can take the discoveries. And for now I'm gonna hold off because we don't need anything right now. And it might be that soon we're gonna discover that something is more useful. So since we are earning a lot of food, and since we are not really pressed for anything else, I think what we can do is try to subdue... No, we can't subdue them. That would be too much food for now. So let's keep doing this for a second, and then we can see about pulling someone in next turn. But it seems like we will have to attack these people. Did find a little bit more production, which is nice to see. we should really boost our food production first, I think. I mean, we can earn more food as is. So right now it's, you need 26, right? So right now that would happen in 4 turns. If we put you over here, that would happen in, well, more or less 2 turns, isn't it? So that might actually be worthwhile. Yeah, I think just having one person here, just gaining 2 turns by spending 2 turns, does make sense to me. Not sure whether I put that right, but okay. And next turn we will be getting that person back, so that's good to see as well. So now we are friendly with the fish tribe, which is good to see. I guess we can try to find out what's over here. So they're friendly to us, they're weak. We could try to unite. That would be 15 production every turn for 5 turns. No, that's not something that we can afford right now. But we do have another person over here, and in just one turn we are gonna get another field of grain, which should improve our production of food by a little bit more. And it was 26, wasn't it? So yeah, we are just 1 food shy of getting more. So since it's just 1 thing, I'm tempted to go over here so that we earn 3 in total. So 3 tokens in total, 1 food. That should give us enough food to create an additional worker. I think that's a very good choice to do. So let's take the turn. It's now 4140 BC. And we are discovering some new lands, which is also nice. New field. Ooh, and we are conflicted over here. So this small fish tribe declares that one of our people committed a crime against their people. Signs from our gods say that we are not guilty. But their signs are different and they demand compensation or threaten revenge. What are we going to do? So we can surrender a person and lose a lot of authority, which I'm not keen. Offer rich gifts in exchange for the lives, or refuse. To hostile, okay, hostile is not nice. 12% production losses are that's immense though, for 8 turns. Authority is likewise extremely bad though. I mean I would like to be friends with you. I invested into you. I realize that is some cost, but I think probably surrendering is the best way to approach this. So we are gonna send the accused to the detriment of authority in the tribe. Losing authority is not nice, but right now it doesn't seem to be critical. So let's surrender that person. Not good for us, not good for us at all, but we can immediately recreate that person and think about what we want to do next. So you should probably be idle as well. So we are in 3 turns we could create another person. If we were to place it over here, I guess we could still do that in 3 turns only. So there's not immediately a good case for you to be placed anywhere. We could also do some things, gathering, farming and breeding, so get more food, which I think would be a good idea. So let's honor the heavenly cow. That does give us more food, plus 13 in fact, so that means we can get another person in 2 turns instead of 3, which I'm very, very happy about actually. We can also think about building more things, and that might be the primitive dwellings or another field of grain. Where would we build that? Over here? Is it over here or over here? I'm not actually sure. Let's scout out that area then. And shall we build that? Field of flax? I don't think... Down here? Oh, that also would be a good field, I have to say. But we are producing so much. I think it might actually make sense to go ahead and unify. With so many hammers being left in our bank. And we would get a person for that. Which is nice to see. Yeah, let's do that. We are losing out a little bit on production, but not too much actually. We are scouting out. We don't need to produce more in terms of food because we'll be able to produce another person in 2 turns. So that's nice to see. Yes, thank you. And do we want to build something then right now? I think we could afford that. Barely. That's not important right now, so let's actually scout out, I think, more over there. And that should be fine. Good. So, our little civilization over here is starting to take a little bit more form, which I appreciate. And we are getting more and more people, getting some negative events, but also some positive ones over here, so that's good to see. And we are getting closer to exploring more of the regions. Just 13 regions left. I think that might actually be on the map, so yeah. Very soon I think we should concentrate on that a little bit more. We also have more discoveries to be made, more cults to be done, and more buildings to be gathered. So, I think it's time to put in a cut now, but I'm very, very excited to use it next turn and see what we're going to do then. So, thank you very much for watching. See you guys.